Well, that brings us to the question of the press and the positions they're taken. I wanted to come back to the idea of left and right collectivism and individualism, and Joe the plumber. Why does it matter what he actually questioned Obama about and the press's reaction to that?
I don't think it does in one sense, but I think it's fair enough in a tough campaign to pick up on what people say and what it might mean. The problem is that no one's ever actually analysed what the accurate answer to the question is. And part of the reason is we don't actually know how much money Joe the plumber either earns or wants to earn. If it, as he says, he earns $250,000 a year.
No, he said he was talking about buying a business
that earned. That's right.
Yeah,
but if that business earned $250,000 a year clear, then it's a very profitable business, and he's obviously quite a well-to-do guy if he can afford to buy that business. And yes, he would be hit by Barack Obama's taxations. But if that business, if I've forgotten what the word is, the gross of that business is $250,000 a year, then his actual income would be dramatically less than that, and he would not be impacted. So
why did the press
he'd actually benefit?
Actually go for him?
Well, because John McCain used Joe the plumber in his in the debates. If John McCain had not done that, Joe the plumber would have disappeared.
There's a couple of things, though, on the whole Joe the plumber issue which are interesting. I mean, number one, this threshold of $250,000 and Barack Obama's repeated assertions, which I can't find anybody who will actually back up the idea that 95% of Americans won't pay any more in tax, while at the same time he's proposing $250 billion in new spending, and while at the same time there's this massive bailout.
I can find the independent tax assessment website.
Right.
Will actually.
But then secondly, he talks about and I'd like to say it, but secondly, he talks also about only raising taxes on the top two tax brackets. Now, the second tier tax bracket kicks in at $182,000 US, not $250,000. So already I think we're seeing a winding back. Now, I don't fault Barack Obama for this. All politicians lie. All politicians lie when it comes to taxes. But when we then start to scrutinize Joe the plumber on all of this, I think that really there's a more dangerous sort of meme in all of this here, which is that he got Barack Obama to say something that's inconvenient, i.e., we're trying to spread the wealth around. That's a direct quote from Barack Obama. And this was being used to embarrass Barack Obama. And so instead of analyzing, making the case, as Leslie does, that you should pay more tax and spread the wealth around. Now, that's a philosophical case that can be made, and, happy to engage it. Instead, they crawled over every aspect of Joe the plumber's life. Essentially, the answer,
who is they?
The media. And again, the
then you can't blame Barack Obama for what the media does.
And the reaction was essentially, Joe the plumber, papers, please. Don't question your political betters here. And of course, you can't blame, but I think that the media here has shown itself quite in the tank for Barack Obama.
That's fair enough. Yeah. I'll take that point.
Yeah.
But please distinguish between the media and Barack Obama. They are not one and the same thing.
They're not,
just as the media and John McCain are not one and the same thing. And remember, John McCain has his own personal TV channel, Fox News.
Oh, well, I was going to say, I wasn't sure I was getting that on Foxtel, but yeah.
You're talking what, Bill O'Reilly is in his pocket?